Hello, we're back. We're back for another episode, and we are in fact starting off this episode in front of our nether portal because that is where we're going to be heading. So I haven't really done much in between episodes. I did a little bit, and I've done a lot of thinking, but I gathered up a bunch of sand and made this much TNT. So the first plan for the episode is to do a bunch of netherrack blasting, and the second part, I'm not sure if we'll get around to this, but is to investigate the possibilities of our nether hub. Basically, what I'm thinking for this nether hub, is so down here we've got this big flat area, right? And these dudes never got a proper spot in the game. They're just homeless because they were eventually going to have villagers for them, but they never did. So what I was thinking is we could make a really cool we could make a really cool piglin village down here with all the new blocks and everything. And you're so cute, look at you, aren't you? Oh well, goodbye then. But we could make a piglin, a town, and then up in the ceiling we could dig out the ceiling and make a kind of circular nether hub that has all the tunnels going off, and also the tunnel up to the roof. And the thing that I want to do different with this let's play as opposed to the last one is, in the last one we didn't really have access to the nether, and especially with the new amazing nether, I'd love to have a bit more access. So what I think is, if we have it up in the roof, and then we can have an elytra hole to drop down out of and fly around from, and then we can also have access straight up onto the roof, and I'm planning to make a fairly sized hole, then we should be a lot more included in the nether, and I think it could look very, very cool. But the plan for today is to head down here, and just to avoid an immense quantity of pain and suffering now and in the future, I am going to mine out this netherrack here. Alright, here we are down at the bottom. Right, so what we need to do now is grab a couple of stacks of this and this too, just in case. And what I think I'm going to do is going to run down here, and we're just going to start some blasting. And then I think I will probably do it into a little bit of a time lapse, and I'll just mine up all the netherrack, ancient debris as I come across it, and then I will probably come back through to get all the blackstone. So that is my grand plan. So let's get a time lapse rolling. Oh boy, I just aggroed the pigman. Ooh. Okay, this is not ideal. I think that should probably be out of spawn radius. Oh god, that was a little stressful. So, the grand total from about 18 stacks of TNT is 54 ancient debris. Now I need to get out of here and then I can work out how much netherite that's going to make us. Here we are back in the lovely overworld, and it looks like it's daytime, which is good. Alright, it looks as though we've got enough to make 13 ancient debris. Oh god, netherite ingots is what I meant to say. Alright, so now we've got the predicament of what to upgrade again. So I'm thinking I'll go with my helmet, probably this, and these 3 tools for a starter, and then I think I might actually do the hoe and this, and then that will be a pretty good starter. So let's start with our axe, and let's do our shovel, and of course our sword, which means this now has 11 attack damage, which is amazing. And then the axe, wait, what? The axe only has 10 attack damage? That's interesting. Anyway, that should make this all nice and super fast. Oh, I didn't know there was a new advancement that you got when you did all of that. That's quite interesting. Oh my goodness, we look amazing. I look really, really derpy, but we look amazing. Maybe not. Never mind. Okay, so we've now got a hoe, which is okay. Another advancement gained. That is kind of cool. We must be getting quite a few of them now. Alright, so let's try about there. That is a bit high. Let's try about there. And there we go. As easy as that. And now what I want to do is I want to go over and put down some portals and not go through them yet, but take their coordinates and then recreate them in the nether. Good lord, I do not know what just happened there, but it was stressful. Alright, moment of truth. We have raised this up about 20 blocks, and we are now about 15 blocks below the nether ceiling, so let's see, will this still link up to our portal? And it does, and will it link back? And it does, fantastic. Alright, so we have all 3 portals now linked up, and I built a tunnel, which eventually we will put iceboat roads in and stuff like that. So I'm not sure how much I'm actually going to use these, but you know, they're here. Now what I wanted to do was I wanted to try and find a halfway point between these two, because I'd like both of these to be within the perimeter of the kind of, you know, the nether hub. Alright, I cleared out the area between these two. Now let's just see. So by the edge they've got about, so negative 38 and then negative 24. That means that that would be there, and that would be a center like this, and then of course the center is probably going to be a little bit bigger and circular, so we can fly down there with our elytra. yeah, I think that will probably be a good size circle, and then we can fly down and back up again and all that stuff like so. And actually, if we just take this down, oops, I wonder what will happen if we take this down to the ceiling. I wonder where we'll end up. Alright, so it turns out that our nether hub will be centered about there, and it'll probably go out to about there-ish, which means if we build the piglin kind of village in this area down here, then we should have a pretty good view of it from up there, and then we can kind of have the hub half buried into the landscape, but just peeking out enough that we can look down on the piglin inhabitants, and then if we fly up here we can get up into the hub very nice and easily, and likewise if we fly down here then we can get outside very easily. And of course I'm planning to mine away all of this netherrack below it so that this will end up as the floor, and while the portals and the outer edge will be about this height, I'm actually planning on having the inside sloping down. I'm not sure, but probably at a slope of about 5 blocks or so, so it'll be down about 3 blocks too. But I kind of want it to be curved, so not just a sloping block. But guys, I think we are going pretty well, and I need to hop into a creative testing world to figure out the circle shape and also probably figure out the block palette. I've had a few ideas, mostly nether blocks, and I think I'll either use red or purple glass. I'm not entirely sure which. The purple glass in this texture pack is kind of crisscross, so I'd have to revert it to its normal texture, but I'm not sure whether I'll use red glass, so I'll just have to look at a nice colour palette and probably a bunch of black stone, obsidian, crying obsidian, glass, basalt, and maybe some of the crimson wood. And then I sort of had an idea that if we've got another mini hub somewhere, so I'm planning to have a bunch of different tunnels going off, and they'll be nicely decorated up. But then if I have a mini hub, you know, somewhere, I could do that out of blue glass. But anyway, guys, with all that being said, it has been a very productive episode. We have got a ton done. We've finally planned out this nether hub. I've sort of, before the nether update came out, I was putting off because I knew that I wanted to reset the nether and it'd be deleted, so now we can finally do all the amazing nether stuff and get going with all of that. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and that is the wrong key as usual. And if you did, of course, be sure to leave it a like, and if you're new, subscribe. And in general, thank you very, very much for watching, and I guess I will catch you all later in another episode.